Hello everyone and welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Love Chat with the Love Twins. I'm Gladys Diaz, one half of the Love Twins, and I'm very happy to be with you here today. I know we didn't have a Love Chat with the Love Twins yesterday, and that's because Michelle and I were getting massages and recovering from an amazing weekend at the New Love in the New Year event that we had this past weekend. It was so wonderful to meet so many of you personally and to have that opportunity to just connect and really talk heart to heart about what it is that makes it easy to attract new love, how to be the kind of woman who not only can attract new love but can keep it and sustain it, keep it growing for year after year after year, for a lifetime really. And got a lot of great questions at the event that we're going to be using for some of our content between now and the end of the year. We are going to be taking time off from the holidays, and when we come back from the holidays, we are probably going to be going to 1 day a week with our Love Chat with the Love Twins. So it's going to be really, really awesome if we start to get some amazing questions from all of you. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of reaching out to putting a poll up here so that you can actually let us know what some of your biggest burning questions are that you would like us to do a Love Chat with the Love Twins love stream. And I'll also be reaching out to our email list. By the way, if you are not on our email list, before I forget to say that, you want to go to www.heartsdesireintl.com, and there is a free gift on that page that you can subscribe to. So you just have to put your name and email address, and you will be on our email list. And also make sure that while you're here, might as well give you all the reminders before we start talking, while you're here, to go ahead and like this page, because then you'll get notifications whenever we go live. All right, so I'm trying to find myself today on my computer. There we go. So that I can go ahead and drop in. Oh, the picture looks really, really cloudy on the computer, but not on my phone, so I'm hoping you all can see me. If you are out there, can I get a thumbs up or something? I'm getting 0 notifications from Facebook right now, so I'd love to see your thumbs up, or just say hi, I'm here, and that way I know that you are here. So let me go ahead and really quickly, you're gonna see me looking to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and type in our URL. So excuse me just for a second, and I'm going to also mute myself because it's weird to hear myself echoed. So it's www.hearts with an S, desire, INTL.com. And when you go there, you'll see that there's an opportunity. I hope I typed it correctly. We'll see. We shall see. Now I'll have to delete it. Yep, it came up correctly. Just click there. Go ahead and sign up for your free gift. And there's also a place there where you can sign up to talk to us if you would like your question answered one-on-one. Right, I see that a couple people have joined. I'm just not seeing names. So if you're out there, hello, I don't mean to ignore you. I just cannot see your name. All right, so the question is how to get a man to commit. Here's how you get a man to commit. You don't get a man to commit. Now, I know some of you went, that doesn't make any sense. It makes absolute sense. If you have to get a man to commit to you, if you have to get a man to do anything for you, you want to kind of step back and think about that, because as far as I know, most of the women that we speak to, so if you're anything like the women that we speak to and all of our clients, we don't really want to get a man to do anything. We want a man to want to be there for us, to want to commit to us, to want to spend time with us, call us, text us, pick us up, take us out on a date. So the first thing is a mindset shift, which you hear Michelle and I talk a lot about, because there's way too many. Look, you've read the books and taken the courses and looked at the videos and joined the podcasts, and here's the thing, there's a lot of doingness out there. There's a lot of, tips and tricks and strategies and tactics, and love is not tactical. Love is emotional. It's a heart-to-heart thing, and you do have to have the right mindset. So usually when you're trying to get someone to do something, there's some strategy involved, there's some manipulation, there's some, tactics. Like I said before, well, if I do this, then maybe he'll want to do that. And that's where a lot of women fall into the trap of the ultimatums, right? Where you tell a man, well, if this isn't going anywhere, then I'm out of here. If you don't propose, then I'm going to break up. If you're not serious about this, then it's over. Now, I'm going to make a clarification. As a woman, you always get to say what you want. You always get to express and be authentic. Hey, Joanne, you always get to express and be authentic about what you want. So I would love to be married. I would love to be in a committed relationship. I would really like to spend my life in a committed relationship. You can say those things. But if you have to try to get a man to commit to you, you're going to want to ask yourself a few questions. So here's some of the stuff that we talked about this weekend at the event. And we were talking to the ladies about, how to be in a relationship and move from dating to relationship to lifetime love. And one of the things that we said, for example, we were talking about when men are just texting, right? And they're just texting and they're texting and texting and it's not moving forward. And a lot of women will issue an ultimatum. You know what? I don't want to be a pen pal. If you're not serious about this, then, stop contacting me. And every time that there's an if then, so if you do this, then that, or if you don't do this, then that, that's usually what we call an ultimatum. Now, it's very different to have that energy where it's kind of like a threat, right? And you're threatening to leave, or you're threatening to stop communicating, or you're threatening something. Instead of threatening, then you could just say, you know what, I'm really interested in being in a committed relationship. I'm interested in talking, not texting. See, I'm not telling him what he has to do or what he should do or what he could do. I'm being 100% focused on what I prefer. Now, he gets to do with that information whatever it is that he wants to do with that information. He can use it to inform him, to inspire him, right? He might be inspired to want to talk, or he might use it to say, you know what, I'm not interested in getting on the phone or being in a committed relationship or going out in person. And then he gets to choose, but you also get to choose. And that's your right as a woman. I see Michelle's here. I'm trying to see if I can get her on. Hey, Karen. I see you now. For whatever reason, Facebook is not telling me. If you're on, say hi. I know Joanne already said hi. A couple of you are out there, and I can see that there's people popping in. Facebook just isn't letting me know that you're there. So I'm going to go back while Michelle jumps on, because I want to make sure that we get clear on this. So it's not that you don't get to say what you want, what you prefer, what you would like to see things turn into. Hey, Karen, you actually can. Hello, Roza. Roza, one of our new sisters. Welcome, lovey. So you don't have to get him. You don't have to strategize. You don't have to threaten him. The moment you're doing that, there's an energy that you can feel. Michelle, I started, just talking about how we were talking this weekend about anytime that you have to get a man to do anything, it's probably not a great idea.
Right.
and I was just going to start getting into like how that shifts the energy, like how that just shifts the energy of the dynamic. And it also puts a woman in a very, I believe, masculine, I know you believe too, we believe, a very masculine energy. So I was just talking about how I gave some examples from the simple to the more complex, like how to move from texting to talking or meeting in person, how to say, I really do want to be in a committed relationship. I don't want to be in a, dating, what is it? Eternal dating status. I would love to get married. So I gave different examples of how to say what you want without the threat or the ultimatum or the if this doesn't happen, then that. So I was just getting started with that. So if you want to go ahead and talk about it, because I didn't really get into the energetic shift that creates.
Absolutely, yeah. For men in particular, it's not attractive. A man does not want to feel like he's being given an ultimatum. It doesn't feel like a challenge, and men love challenges. It just feels like now he's got his back up against the wall and he's got to say something or do something that maybe on his own he might have come to that, or he's not ready for it. So from that standpoint, just understanding men and how they think, that right away just changes the dynamics of the situation. And even if he was to say what it is you want him to say, I promise you, because we've coached a lot of women on this, even if he says what you say, you think, this is what I want him to say, you'll always wonder if he would have done it on his own. So that will always have the feeling, not be one of excitement or, wow, this is what finally happened. It'll be like, I wonder if he would have said that on his own. So what Gladys was saying is absolutely right. So that's the male perspective. The other thing that Gladys was saying that's absolutely right is about the energy that creates is a very masculine energy. And it's not that Gladys and I, are old fashioned, and if we are, we are, but we know what works. So what works is for women to stay in their feminine energy, in their feminine essence. And what that means is that you allow in the relationship for the man, particularly in dating, because in dating, you're setting the tone for what's to come, to let him take the lead in, if speaking to the extreme that you're talking about, if he wants to ask you to marry him, he will. And perhaps his timing is not going to be yours, but if you express it as, this is what I want to be married. I know I had that conversation with Arnie. I want to be married, and this is what I need to be happy. And I understand if you're not there, but I'm just telling you, this is what I need to be happy. And it's not a breakup conversation, because I had already had my coaching with Gladys and some of the other coaches in our program about how long I was willing to wait after having that conversation. So it's about expressing what you want. It's expressing what you need without attaching anything to it, because on the other side, what happens is then the man feels like there's a choice to say yes, a choice to say no, a choice to say nothing until later, or a choice to do something else. So I don't know if that's what you were wanting me to share, but that's exactly what came up for me to share.
You get to share whatever you want to. You are an expert at this. And something that you said that reminded me of something we said at the event this weekend, which was, if you have to ask a guy, for example, let's say that you've been dating for a little while, and women at about the 2.5, 3-month mark start wondering, is this going anywhere? Are we just dating, or is it, well, some women even before that, like at the 3-week mark, but that usually, and there's a whole science behind it about how our bodies are built for trimesters. But if you have to ask a guy, well, is this going anywhere? Like, how do you feel about me? Are you serious about me? The minute that, and look, we understand wanting to know the answer to those questions, because you're a busy woman, you don't want to waste your time. Probably if you spent anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months with someone, you really started to like him. Maybe you've stopped dating other people, which is something that we've talked about before, that you want to avoid, because that has you putting all of your energy and attention on one person. So look, we understand the desire to want to know, like, does he feel the same way about me that I feel about him? Does he have any intentions of moving forward? All of that is understandable. However, usually if you have to ask a man how he feels about you, what he's thinking, if this is going anywhere, you kind of have your answer already, because if he wanted all those things, you'd have all the signs and evidence around you that that's where it was moving. So we talk a lot about our intuition as women. Something's having you ask that. And what's having you ask that is that, A, he's not saying it, probably. He hasn't said anything to give you the very clear message that he is very interested in you and wants to move forward. Or you kind of know already that it's not moving in that direction. Now, again, Michelle said it so clearly. That doesn't mean you have to stop seeing him. It doesn't mean that. Just check in with yourself to see, why am I asking this? And am I, especially if he's made no mention of it being a committed relationship or even an exclusive relationship, have I put all of my energy and attention in this, and I'm trying to make it, never fails. It's like, it must be on a timer. That, have I been maybe ignoring my intuition, or maybe trying to make this something into something it's not yet, or turning it into a direction that it's not going in naturally. And we know it doesn't feel great. I mean, we've both been in that position where the signs are there, and you you want it to move forward, but you're not waiting to see if he will. Now, you don't have to wait for an eternity because you also get to choose, like Michelle said. But you do want to check in and you do want to look around and you want to see, why am I asking this? Why do I feel like I need to ask it in order to get the answer?
Yep. So that's going to get you in touch with your intuition, which is something that you want to be able to trust. It's also going to get you to start thinking, is this really what I want? Is this what I want? Because I think we should actually talk about this probably tomorrow, about the difference between, and we also, the event was great because one of the things that came up is how much we focus out. But when we focus in, we can start to tell ourselves the truth about, is this really what I want? And if it's not, then why am I still here? And then when you ask yourself that question, you can get underneath some of the fears that might have you trying to make something work that isn't going to work. And if it is what you want and it's not showing up, then you might discover, why is that? What is it that I'm putting out there? What is it that am I letting him know how much I appreciate him, love him, how much I really enjoy our time together? Am I demonstrating my gratitude? Am I demonstrating that I think he's a great guy? Or am I holding back, shutting down, shutting off sometimes out of fear? So being able to check in with yourself, particularly before you have any kind of conversation with anybody, is very important. What you don't want it to be is an emotional dumping on somebody else, waiting for validation from the outside. I was just having a conversation with one of my clients on that, which is why I was late. She had a really huge breakthrough about how she waits for validation from the outside and she's exhausting her boyfriend. The guy literally said, I don't know what else to do to make you happy. And so she really got the impact of that. And then she got that, we did some coaching on what is it that has you wanting to have him prove so much, because it doesn't have anything to do with him. It has to do with something that you're telling yourself. And she was able to get a breakthrough in her own unlovable story and really just disappeared it in the conversation. That was awesome.
That's the power of having a powerful coach. And, another thing that we do tell our clients is that emotional dump it on your coach first, because once you get it out, because you can dump it on your friend and guess what you're going to get?
Agreement.
A whole bunch of agreements. She's going to commiserate with you. She's going to tell you you're absolutely right. And probably because people listen, that's another Facebook Live that we can do. People listen through the filter of their own fears and doubts, which is why you really want, of course, you want to share with your girlfriends. I mean, they're our lifeline many times. However, if your girlfriend is not in a happy, loving, really healthy relationship, it's difficult for her to be able to guide you because you're both kind of in the same situation, and people, especially people who love you, are always going to listen through a protective filter. Now, your coach also loves and cares about you, but is not attached, and you don't really hire a coach to agree with you. You hire a coach to help you see what you're unable to see. So those are the kinds of things that you can dump on a coach. And then what we do is, after our clients have gone blah, and said everything, here's everything I want to say, or here's everything I want to text, then we're able to help them to say what they want to say, because we don't want you swallowing what you want to say or how you're feeling. But how do you say that in a way that's respectful, that's loving, and is going to give you the results that you want in your relationship or in your dating experience? So we got a lot of future topics, and I did tell them that we're probably going to put a poll here on the page, some requests for questions, but also send it to our email list. And for those of you who joined late, you'll see in the comments the URL to our website so that you can get our email list. There's a free gift for you, an excerpt from our book, 30 Days and 30 Ways to Fall in Love with You, which is a great book. It's actually a great holiday gift for yourself. And then you can be part of our email list. We're going to survey the email list because we want to get 100 questions, 100 of the top questions that are out there, so that when we move from doing these daily to doing this once a week, we have all of your questions. We can answer them all. Of course, you never have to wait. You can always schedule time to talk with one of us, or send us an email, but you got to be on our email list. And that way we can help you. We can support you. Look, having the love that you want, particularly as we're wrapping up this year and we're heading into the new year, don't go into the new year fuzzy, cloudy, unclear. Go into the new year with your heart open, your mind open, and with the right set of skills, with a plan that Michelle and I can help you come up with, so that you can have everything that your heart desires, including the loving, happy relationship that you want in 2019. That is, nothing would make us happier than to know that we helped you to get the love of your life in 2019. All right, so we're gonna wrap up for today. We just want you all to send us, if you don't feel comfortable putting your questions here in the comments, you can always send us a private message on the Facebook Live, on the Heart's Desire Facebook page, so that we can respond and give you the support that you want or need. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. So thank you, ladies, for tuning in. We love you. We can't wait to talk to you again. And until our hearts meet again,
always remember that you are loved. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.